Every single night you shut down for 8 hours. No awareness, no defense, no control. And somehow, evolution allowed this to happen. So here's the question that nobody ever seems to ask. Why would survival, the ultimate driver of life, favor complete and total unconsciousness? Sleep is, without a doubt, the most dangerous thing you do every day. You can't run. You can't fight. You can't react to danger. Think about it. Predators don't sleep in the same way. Fire doesn't sleep. The harsh realities of the world don't just pause for you to get your 8 hours in. Yet, despite this massive vulnerability, every animal on Earth does it. Not because they want to, but because they absolutely have to. So, what could possibly be so important, so critical, that evolution accepted this incredible risk? We're often told that sleep is for rest. It sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounds safe and simple. But it's a wildly incomplete picture. What about energy conservation? That's a nice idea, but your brain uses almost the exact same amount of energy when you re-asleep as it does when you reawake. So that's not it. Muscle repair? Sure, that's helpful, but if that were the primary goal, a coma would be a far more efficient state. You just lie there and repair without interruption. What about memory storage? This is definitely true. Sleep is crucial for consolidating memories, but it is still not enough to explain why a total lack of sleep will literally kill you. You see, none of these common explanations address necessity. They explain the benefits of sleep, not why it's a fundamental requirement for survival. Now, here's the part that changes everything. This is the real biology. When you fall asleep, your brain physically changes its shape. Your brain cells actually shrink by up to 60%. Why would they do that? To make space? They create tiny channels and canals throughout your brain. This space allows a special fluid to rush through, washing away toxic waste products that build up while you're awake. This incredible system is called the glymphatic system. You can think of it like a nightly pressure wash for your mind, a deep cleaning cycle that scrubs the toxins from your neural pathways. So no sleep means no cleaning. And when that metabolic waste builds up, what happens? The risk of Alzheimer's, cognitive decay, and complete mental collapse skyrockets. Sleep isn't about rest. It's about sanitation. It's essential maintenance. So what actually happens when you skip this maintenance? Let's look at the timeline. After just 24 hours without sleep, your judgment is already impaired. Your ability to make rational decisions breaks down. After 48 hours, your brain starts to malfunction and you begin to hallucinate. You see and hear things that aren't there. After a grueling 72 hours, your perception of reality completely fragments. You lose your grip. If you go long enough without sleep, you will die, and it won't be from exhaustion. It will be from catastrophic neural failure. Your brain literally breaks down. There is no known animal that can survive without sleep. And believe me, evolution tried to find a way around it. Some species developed incredible strategies to cheat the system. Dolphins, for example, sleep with only half their brain at a time, keeping the other half awake and alert for predators. Certain birds can sleep while they are flying, gliding on air currents. Giraffes have managed to survive on just 2 hours of sleep a day. Evolution experimented with every possible workaround. And it failed every single time. Because no organism has ever evolved to eliminate sleep completely. It seems sleep isn't optional. It's enforced by a biological law that cannot be broken. Now, let's get into the weird part. Dreams. Why would we simulate elaborate, often stressful scenarios while we're in our most vulnerable state? What's the point? One compelling theory suggests that dreams are a form of threat simulation. Your brain replays dangerous or challenging situations so that if you encounter them in real life, you'll be faster, sharper, and better prepared. Another theory proposes that dreams are a way to test future outcomes, a private virtual reality built exclusively for your survival. So dreams may not be random noise at all. They might be a nightly training program, a mental boot camp. But here's where it gets truly disturbing. This is the most uncomfortable theory of all. What if sleep isn't about your body? What if it's not even about cleaning your brain? What if sleep is about consciousness itself? Being conscious, being aware is incredibly expensive from a metabolic standpoint. It's also fragile and, over time, unstable. If you leave consciousness running for too long, it begins to degrade and collapse under its own weight. So, every night, your brain forces a system reboot. Your awake mode is for collecting data from reality. Your sleep mode is for reorganizing that data and, more importantly, reorganizing your very identity. Sleep might just be the non-negotiable price we pay for the privilege of being aware. And this leads us to the central problem of our time. The modern world absolutely hates sleep. We're bombarded with blue light from our screens, endless notifications pinging on our phones, and we re-surrounded by a hustle culture that glorifies the idea of sleep when you re-dead. But here's the harsh truth. Biology does not negotiate. It doesn't care about your deadlines, your ambitions, or your social media feed. You can choose to skip sleep, but your brain will collect that debt, and it will collect it with crippling interest. Here's a wild thought to chew on. You don't just fall asleep. That's not what happens. Your brain actively turns you off. It shuts you down. Not because it's tired in the way your muscles get tired, but because it has to protect itself and you from the overwhelming torrent of reality. Sleep isn't a sign of weakness. It's a form of containment. So maybe the real question we should be asking isn't, why do we sleep? But rather, what would happen if consciousness never stopped? What if we never shut down? And the answer might be, we wouldn't be human anymore. We would lose the very thing that makes us who we are. Sleeping isn't wasted time. It is the fundamental cost of staying sane. Your brain shuts you down every night because if it doesn't, you break. The intricate, beautiful, and fragile machine of your mind falls apart. Sleep isn't a break from life. It's a survival protocol that makes life possible. You don't sleep to rest. You sleep to survive. And if a mind never needed sleep, would it still be human?